Well, Hurricane Erin may be avoiding major land impacts, but its track goes right through the heart of cruise line country. That means major issues for ships operating in the Atlantic and the Caribbean. Now, multiple cruise lines have already altered itineraries to avoid the risk of Erin. Cruise expert Lorraine Simpson joins us now with more on how these companies manage hurricane hazards. Lorraine, thanks for joining us this morning, nice and early. We've already seen one voyage reroute due to Erin. How do cruise companies prepare before their voyage for hurricane impacts?
Well, it's all about flexibility and, think of it as a mobile hotel. The benefits of going on a cruise at this time of year is that the prices will be a little lower, given the fact that you do have potential hurricanes, but they are able to move and be flexible and change ports if they need to. So when a cruise meteorologist, and they all have them on board, see something potential coming, they will decide to make the decision to keep passengers safe rather than sail right into the middle of a storm. So they'll change ports, they will move complete itineraries, perhaps spend more days at sea, but they'll make exceptions for that and assess as they go along.
And Lorraine, that was actually going to be one of my questions, was if there was a team on staff, a meteorologist team that, kind of looks ahead to these things. What do staff on deck do to ensure that weather protocols are in place for cruises when you do end up maybe running into a little bit of troubling weather?
They're going to put more things available for you on board if they are going to skip a port, or they're going to move ports and allow you to have a different day in a different area. You do have to be very flexible. But certainly if you're having an extra day at sea, expect more activities to be taken care of, expect more food options to be available and experiences on board. They're really going to make the most of the fact that they are inconveniencing the passengers, but it is the price you pay for traveling during hurricane season. But it is a really great option still to travel by cruise at this time. And again, because of the flexibility.
Well, I like that, there's still things to do. Cruise ship is going to be fun, even if you can't make ports. So I love that there's different things that they try to make fun for those that are going to be on the ship. But, to your point too, what are some of the benefits financially or just in general to booking a cruise during hurricane season?
Well, you can now book with this flexibility. A lot of cruise lines give you the advance option to book a flexible ticket so that you can choose to change it last minute if you see a hurricane coming and you're not comfortable sailing on that particular cruise. However, the other things are if they really do have to impact passengers and you perhaps may miss a couple of days, maybe it doesn't take off at all, they are going to compensate you. They might give you a future cruise credit and sometimes give you a complete full refund. So they really are aware of what happens during this time, and they're going to compensate you and look after you. That cruises rely on future bookings and rebookings and repeat guests. So they want to really make sure that they're going to keep you safe and, secondly, happy. And that's the most important thing. And on a cruise, the fact that they can move around is really key.
Yeah, definitely want to be happy on a cruise, and I feel like it's pretty easy to do so when you're out there. But, on top of this, when people are going to be traveling during hurricane season, because it is the summer months, are there any essentials that passengers should maybe bring in case of hurricane impacts that occur on their voyage?
Yes, well, let's say you go off on shore. Make sure that you always take your passport with you. I mean, and this is not just for a hurricane situation, but for any reason. Make sure you take your passport with you. Make sure that you also take any medication with you. Just carry it with you so that if you are in a situation you're not able to get back on board for whatever reason, as recently happened in Hawaii, actually, then at least you do have your essentials with you, and then you can move on to however you need, and you've got your medications if you need them, and your passports if you need them. And if you do happen to miss your first day of the cruise, perhaps the weather has affected your flights getting into the cruise, then you are able to get to the next port and just fly on to the next port and join the cruise there. And again, cruise lines are very aware of this. They're very prepared for this and know that this is going to happen. And they'll often give you advance warning. Thankfully, we always know when hurricanes are going to come in. So they'll give you advance warning if they are going to change itineraries so that you do have some options in advance.
Thank you so much, Lorraine. These were amazing tips, and I think a lot of folks at home were concerned about that, especially as a lot of folks are going to be heading out on cruises. So thanks again for joining us this morning, cruise expert Lorraine Simpson. Have a great day. Thanks.
Thank you.